everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to go spend the day at a bookstore. Actually, not the whole day. Today we're going to go to a bookstore. We're gonna go to the Ripped Bodice because I really want to pick up the new Emily Henry book, Funny Story. I actually pre-ordered it at the Ripped Bodice bookstore in Los Angeles. I don't know what this was. I thought, let's make a day out of it, or let's make a morning out of it. You know, we'll get some coffee, we'll sit, we'll read a book. The book that I'm currently reading is Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig. What page am I on? I'm like halfway through. So I actually listened to One Dark Window on audio. I ended up giving it probably like 2.5 stars. I think on Goodreads it says 3, but it's like a 2.5 star read. I think I could tell while listening to it that it was a book that I definitely would prefer if I read it physically. So I wanted to pick up the second book because it's just a duology, which I love. I love it when these stories can be wrapped up quickly and with a nice little bow. You know what I'm saying? I don't want it to go on for 6 freaking books and have to wait years. I want to be satisfied with a complete story. Anyway, so yeah, I picked up the second book physically and I am really preferring reading the story in this format. So One Dark Window, if you don't know what that's about, because I might as well tell you, it's super popular online right now, but basically it is a romantasy style book, but the romance is like the weakest part of the whole thing, if I'm being honest. It reminds me of Rumpelstiltskin. This has like Rumpelstiltskin vibes, old moldy castle vibes going on. Basically, we're in a place called Blunder that is surrounded by this mist that causes infection in people. If you are infected, you get these like magical powers, but when you have these magical powers, you also like die faster, or like you have something that makes you get sick, like makes you degrade fast, because all magic comes at a price, at a cost. Follow our main character, Elspeth Spindle, which is such a fun name to say. We follow Elspeth Spindle and the love interest Raven Yu. Basically like these magical cards, these magical playing cards in this world where if you tap them, you get their magical ability, and they're trying to connect all of these cards to then get rid of this mist that causes sickness. There's a corrupt king, and then there is this old long dead king who is living in the head of our main character. So his soul kind of lives on and what have you. So I am really enjoying it. I don't think it's the greatest thing of all time. I think overall it's going to end up being like a 3-star type reading situation for me, but I'm into that. I'm here for it. I'm into that. I've been really in the mood for some cozy fantasy lately, some romance fantasy, something light-hearted and cute. So yeah, let's go spend a nice morning reading Two Twisted Crowns, drinking coffee, and going to the Ripped Bodice bookstore. We're also probably going to do a workout later. I think I'm going to do lower body today. We're going to do a glutes workout, and I need to go to Trader Joe's. I think we're going to have salmon for dinner tonight, so I need to get salmon.
Wake up 2 p.m. I don't know where we are. Looks like a cheap motel with our clothes on the floor. I don't know how we ended up here. And we've been flying high. Are we going too far? I got no cash left and I'm losing
Okay, so we're home from being out and about this morning, and I thought I'd show you what I picked up at both Trader Joe's and at the Ribbed Bodice. Because why not? We'll start with our Trader Joe's haul because I need to get this stuff in the fridge. I really just went because I needed to get salmon because I'm making, well, and pasta. So that's what I got. I got this pasta and salmon. But then I saw this and I really wanted it. So I got this Puffin's peanut butter cereal. And it's gluten-free. So yeah, that's super exciting. I'm excited to eat that for dessert later. It might be good with some chocolate chips. And then, almost ate shit. And then my Ripped Bodice haul. So today was the release day of Emily Henry's Funny Story. And I really like Emily Henry. Happy Place was one of my favorite books of last year. So I wanted to pick this up. So I pre-ordered it at this bookstore and I got it. And then I got a couple other things for myself because I've been in the mood for different kinds of reads, but we'll talk about that in a second. So yeah, we got Funny Story. Super cute colors. I love the spine. Can you see? Look at that. That's quite nice. Yeah, I don't remember entirely what this one's supposed to be about. Actually, I lie. I think this one's supposed to be about a male and a female, so a guy and a girl, and each of their respective exes ended up engaged quickly after they broke up, or like now they're together, and then they meet each other and they fall in love. Let's read the flap together. Daphne always loved the way her fiance Peter told their story, how they met on a blustery day, fell in love over an errant hat, and moved back to his lakeside hometown to begin their life together. He really was good at telling it, right up until the moment he realized he was actually in love with his childhood best friend Petra, which is how Daphne begins her new story. Stranded in beautiful Waning Bay, Michigan, without friends or family, but with a dream job as a children's librarian that barely pays the bills, and proposing to be roommates with the only person who could possibly understand her predicament, Petra's ex, Miles Nowick. Scruffy and chaotic with a penchant for taking solace in the sounds of heartbreak love ballads, Miles is exactly the opposite of practical, buttoned-up Daphne, whose coworkers know so little about her, they have a running bet that she's either FBI or in witness protection. The roommates mainly avoid one another until one day, while drowning their sorrows, they form a tenuous friendship and a plan. If said plan also involves posting deliberately misleading photos of their summer adventures together, well, who could blame them? But it's all just for show, of course, because there's no way Daphne would actually start her new chapter by falling in love with her ex-fiance's new fiance's ex, right? So sounds super messy. I feel like Emily Henry is just like, she always has great humor and great heart in her stories. So yeah, I wanted to pick that up and add it to the collection, and again, it's beautiful. Then I did get two other books at the Ripped Bodice. Oops. And one of their bookmarks. Because I've really just been in the mood for cozy fantasy. Like cozy fantasy with a dash of romance. I think this is like cozy fantasy with a lot of romance and smut, but I've just been in the mood, so I picked these two up. I got That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon, and That Time I Got Drunk and Yeeted a Love Potion at a Werewolf, both by Kimberly Lemming. I believe there are 3 total books in this series, but they only had these 2 there, so that's what I got. I have already read this. I listened to it on audiobook, but I wanted to pick it up and read it physically because I was in the mood. So yeah, I got those. Also this weekend, I went to the LA Times Festival of Books. I didn't film anything because I was living in the moment of my life. I did pick up 2 books while I was there. And again, they're both from the same kind of cozy fantasy type series. So we have Legends and Lattes, which again, I listened to on audio, but I just wanted to reread it physically. I'm in the mood for some cozy, fantastical comfort right now. And I picked up Bookshops and Bone Dust, which is technically the prequel to this one. So yeah, these are my new magical fantasy books, and I'm really excited. I'm really excited about my 5 new books. I also got a library card, so I'm excited to start using my library card because your girl needs to stop buying books. Okay, well, I need to make lunch and eat it because I'm hungry.
Maybe I shouldn't call you or leave a message at all. So I try to be patient, 'cause nothing's written on the wall. Yeah, it's too soon to mention how I've begun to feel that I want your attention. This time it is for real. Oh baby, love me like you did last night. I wanna hold you till the morning comes. Oh baby, love me like you did. Love me like you did. Oh baby, kiss me till I see the light, like you did last night. Night, like you did last night. Night. Could it be that I'm lucky to have found someone who is just as crazy as me? Or is it just in my mind? Yeah, it's too soon to mention how I've begun to feel that I want your attention. This time it is for real. Oh baby, love me like you did last night. I wanna hold you till the morning comes. Oh baby, love me like you did. Love me like you did. Oh baby, kiss me till I see the light, like you did last night. Night, like you did last night. Night. Come back to my place, we can dance the night away. My heart is screaming out for you. I want you here with me so that everything will be as good as they were last night. Oh baby, love me like you did last night. I wanna hold you till the morning comes. Oh baby, love me like you did. Love me like you did. Oh baby, kiss me till I see the light, like you did last night. Night, like you did last night. Night. Give me love, give me all your love. Oh, 'cause I want you. No one else makes me feel this way. Don't know what you do. Hold my hand, could you hold my hand? Look me in the eyes. You and me, yeah, that's all I need. And I'll be alright. I'll be right here. I swear that I'll stay here with you. Hold me closer. I wanna stay here with you. All that we have is each other now. I promise I won't leave your side. Be who you are and you'll be enough if you're giving me your love.
Hey guys, so it is the end of the day. I actually ended up washing my hair, so it's all wet. Sorry about that. But it's the end of the day. We had delicious salmon for dinner. Honestly, I was pretty obsessed with that salmon. It was the first time I made it, but it had like a ginger, like a soy ginger dressing or sauce on it. I love ginger, honestly. I just like really love ginger. I actually ended up finishing 2 Twisted Crowns tonight. I ended up giving this 4 stars. I really liked it. I did prefer it to the first one, and I don't know how much of that is because I read this physically and I listened to One Dark Window on audio. I've really been enjoying listening to audiobooks the last 2 years, like year and a half. Like, I've been listening to so many audiobooks this year, but I find that I'm really particular about the type of books that I can read on audio, because like sometimes I'm listening, but I just, it's like my brain doesn't fully absorb or feel what's going on to like certain stories. But I enjoy reading romance, like listening to romance books on audio. That's been really great for me. I kind of want to try listening to like some mystery thriller books on audio. I don't know, I'm kind of a scaredy cat, but I think I might want to try that next time. On the topic of audiobooks, actually, I should mention, when I was in the gym earlier, I did kind of pan over. I was listening to Golden Sun by Pierce Brown, so the sequel to Red Rising, which I read last year and it was one of my favorite books of last year. I'm still listening to Golden Sun. I've been listening to it on and off for kind of a long time. It's a pretty long audiobook. I think it was like 19 hours or something like that, and I currently have maybe like 9 hours left, maybe 10 hours left. That might be a lie, maybe 12. I don't know. But again, I'm listening to it on and off. I don't like it yet as much as I liked Red Rising. Like, I loved Red Rising. Obsessed with Red Rising. And I think a lot of that had to do with the fact that there was, gosh, it wasn't like a game element, but they were kind of like in a game type thing. They were like, our main character and all the students, after he went through all of his like makeover stuff, he was a part of the academy, and it was him like building relationships and playing this game in the academy essentially. Loved Red Rising. But Golden Sun so far, by the way, it did like a 2-year time jump into the future, and that is like my least favorite thing when books do time jumps. I don't like it. I don't like it. I feel, it just gives me the ick. I feel like I missed out. I feel like I missed out on I just feel like I missed out on what was going on. I'm like, why should I care about the characters now? Like, what did I miss out on? What did they go through in 2 years? So yeah, I struggle with that. I also feel like there's not necessarily, I feel like he's kind of going all over the place. Not in the story. Pierce Brown is a great writer. I mean, our main character, like, there's lots of political movements going on. He's talking to a bunch of new people, going here, going there. And it's fine so far. Again, I feel like I'm probably not at like the main action part of it yet, but we'll see. So anyways, I wanted to update you on that because I did show you that earlier. But 2 Twisted Crowns, so 4 stars. One Dark Window was, I gave it a 2.5 after I listened to it. I ended up changing it to 3 because honestly, like, this world is actually a really cool world, and I'm really glad I read this physically. This is a cool world, okay? It's like a cozy dark fantasy, meaning it's not scary at all, and it's not too dark, but it feels like musty. It feels like foggy because there's like a fog in this. Anyway, it feels foggy. It feels like you're in a creepy old castle in like the old creaky woods, but it's just like cozy in a weird way. It was cool to learn about like what the maiden card could do. I felt like the cousin, Ione, was really interesting. She ended up being a really cool character. She kind of bugged me in One Dark Window, but again, that's, I think, because of the narrator's voice. Like, it just kind of bugged me. Yeah, she ended up being a cool character. Her love interest ended up being an interesting character to follow as well. Prince Renelm. And they had a cute little relationship. I honestly just felt like the world ended up being cute in this book. Cute's probably not the right word. So I feel like the world building is what was lacking. Is what's lacking kind of in the whole duology, because it's hard. It honestly is hard to picture like the physical world. The vibes are all there. The vibes and the feelings and the energy, like you get the tone of everything, and you can like kind of picture surroundings and like what the air feels like, if that makes sense. But it's hard. It was like impossible for me to fully get a grasp on what the town looked like and what the houses looked like and what like where would these people go to get food? You know what I'm saying? Like, where would they go shopping? Or what would they do on the weekends? I feel like I couldn't picture the whole world, and I couldn't really tell. It took me a long time to figure out Blunder was like separated from the rest of the world. And then I'm like, well, I want to kind of know like what does that mean? Like, what does that look like? What does the rest of the world look like? What exactly does Blunder look like, and how big is it? So that's what I felt like was lacking in this book, because I didn't really get any of those answers. But the vibes were totally there. The vibes were pretty immaculate, I'm not gonna lie. I enjoyed it. I do feel like there were, you know, missed opportunities with this a little bit in some moments, with the whole psychological thing of Elspeth and the monster in her head. I feel like we could have delved much more into like Elspeth's psychology. I believe I mentioned previously that I feel like the romance was pretty weak in this as well between Raven and Elspeth, but again, that's probably because their romance was pretty much only developed in the first book. They weren't really together at all in this book. And again, I listened to the first book on audiobook, but I feel like the romance was the weakest part of the whole thing. If you're interested in reading this duology, just pick it up for the vibes. I do think it is totally worth it for the vibes, and the story is interesting. I love how it went like back in time, and you got to learn about the Shepard King and how the book was written and how the cards were made. That was really interesting. So anyways, that's all I have to say about that. Thank you so much for following along with my day in the life. I hope you guys had a great day. I hope you guys have a great day tomorrow. I'm currently sitting here finishing up my recess drink, blood orange flavor. I am obsessed with these things. I'm not kidding. These are like my favorite drinks in the whole wide world. I just like, I can't even get over how much I love those drinks. Okay, again, thanks for watching. Bye.